We knew coming into this one that the score would not be 20-1. That was for sure. We also knew the pitching matchup of Yusei Kikuchi versus Shane McClanahan, which is not very favorable to the Toronto Blue Jays, and it wasn't on this night. Losing 7-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Once McClanahan was out of the ball game, the Blue Jays did make that push in the 8th, but a double play ball from Matt Chapman kind of sealed their fate. And Jimmy Garcia he ended up giving up another couple runs there in the top half of the 9th inning, and that was all she wrote, or in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that's all she wrote as the Jays dropped the 3rd game of this series, 7-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays, and still have an opportunity tomorrow to split the 4-gamer, which the way this looked early on and the way this team had been looking, a split at the Trop would not be a terrible thing. And it would still mean the Blue Jays have the season series over the Rays, which, considering how far back we are, not the greatest thing, but it would never hurt. And the Jays, with the loss today, obviously are now 2-8 in their last 10 games. They are now a measly 2 games over the 500 mark at 26-24. Not great. Let's break down the scoring, shall we? Bottom of the first inning, Isaac Paredes gives them a 1-0 lead right away. And for Yusei Kikuchi, the margin for error with Shane McClanahan on the other side was very minimal. And in the bottom half of the second inning, gives up a solo shot to Luke Raley. And 2 batters later, Jose Siri goes deep off of him. 2 home runs in the inning. They got a 3-0 lead. I think for Jays fans, that 3-run lead feels like a 20-1 lead with Shane McClanahan on the other side. Top of the 4th inning, Vladdy gets an RBI single to cut the deficit down to 3-1. And hey, you got a run off Shane McClanahan. That's a positive in itself. But then in the bottom of the 4th, it implodes again for Yusei Kikuchi. RBI triple from Manuel Margot. Christian Bethancourt scores. Wander Franco, it's an RBI single. Manuel Margot scores. And just like that is a 5-1 lead for the Tampa Bay Rays. And at that point, Jays fans didn't feel great about it. Looked very bleak. However, and then the false hope they give the Blue Jays in the top half of the 8th inning, where Jason Adam, former Blue Jay, comes on to pitch for the Tampa Bay Rays as Shane McClanahan leaves after 7 innings of 1-run ball. He was outstanding as usual. Kevin Biggio comes in to pinch hit for Ernie Clement, and he takes Jason Adam deep, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Then Nathan Lucas triples to left center field, and George Springer RBI ground out, it's then 5-3, but then Bo Bichette singles to right field, then steals second, then Vladdy walks, and the tying run is at first base. The go-ahead run is at the dish. They bring in Kevin Kelly to face Matt Chapman, and he hits a chopper back through the middle, right to the second baseman, right on top of second base, and it's an inning-ending double play. And that's all she wrote. You know, I've said it in videos in the past, and I'll say it till it won't stop saying it then, I guess. You usually get one big opportunity late to expand a lead, to tie a game, to get real close to a game. I don't know how else you want to put it. Or to take a lead. The Jays had that opportunity in the 8th. They had the chance to crawl back in it. They did. They had the chance to tie or even take the lead in a big moment in the top half of the 8th inning. Couldn't get it done. And you don't get your opportunity because they expand on it a little bit. And that's all she wrote. So, tough one. But let's be honest, Jays fans. Knowing the starting pitchers on either side, did you expect to win this ball game today? You'd be lying to yourself if you said yes. Just gonna be real about it. Let's get to these stats here real quick. So, offensively, Bo Bichette 2 for 4 in the ball game. Vladdy went 1 for 3 in the game. Walked in and had an RBI. Dalton Varsho had a couple hits. He was 2 for 4. So that's actually that's awesome to see for Dalton Varsho. He desperately needs it. But he had 2 total bases. He had 2 singles. Kevin Biggio went 1 for 2. Obviously had the home run. But overall, the team had only 8 hits. Struck out 8 times, only walked once. You knew you weren't going to get much offense. And as I mentioned, the margin for error for Yusei Kikuchi wasn't very big. And he went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs. All were earned. Allowed 2 home runs, walked a couple. Did strike out 5, but that's what you're going to get from Yusei. You're going to get the strikeouts. You're also going to give up the long ball and walk a few guys. I can't remember if the walks came in to score. But either way, he wasn't great. You know, he wasn't great. 5 runs over 5 innings against Shane McClanahan. You're 9 times out of 10, you were going to lose that game, and the Jays did. Nate Pearson did a good job winning an inning, allowed 1 hit and had a strikeout. He was fantastic. Anthony Bass, much needed clean inning for him. A couple strikeouts and walked 1, but then Jimmy Garcia, the struggles mightily continue for him. He went an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, all were earned, got 1 strikeout, and his ERA jumps to 6.35 on the year, and the question is going to start to arise, is it time for a Phantom IL stint for Jimmy Garcia? We shall see moving forward, but it just hasn't been pretty with him out there. It really hasn't. And we move on to tomorrow because, let's be honest, this game, after a 20-1 whopping, you want to see some good stuff. Yeah, you didn't see that. Tomorrow, Alek Manoah gets the ball, and it's such an interesting start for all of us Jays fans. Last time we saw Alek Manoah, it was one of his better starts of the year against the Baltimore Orioles at Rogers Center. Give up a couple runs early, went 5 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, only walked 1 guy and struck out 5. The only time Alek Manoah walked 1 guy in that game, 1 in the Boston game, 1 in the Yankee game, and every other game was 2+. So he was much better in that game. Now you're at the Trop against a Rays team, and for the Blue Jays, you need to find a way to win that ball game. You're going up against Zach Eflin as well, and of course the Tampa Bay Rays have figured out how to make this guy fantastic. He's 6-1, 47 innings pitched, 3.45 ERA, 52 strikeouts, and 5 walks. He has been very good for the Rays, and I will quickly check up his most recent stuff. 7 innings, 3-run ball against the Milwaukee Brewers, 6 innings of 4-run ball against the Yankees, 6 innings of 4-run ball against the Baltimore Orioles, shut out the Pittsburgh Pirates, but let's be honest, who doesn't really mean much. So he hasn't been great recently, but Alek Manoah needs to be good, and I think that's going to be the storyline heading into tomorrow. If Alek Manoah can give you a solid outing, give you a good performance, and you get a win, it'll go a long way for his confidence and the team's confidence, and for us Jays fans' confidence, because right now, it ain't at a good level. It really isn't. We are watching hell, even the number 4 seed in the AL East not dwindle away, but get farther and farther away. I haven't even looked at the standings in a while because they've been losing a lot. I know they're dead last in the AL East. That's all I got. And I'm going to leave it at that. The Jays just need to find a way to win ball games. Shane McClanahan on the mound today versus Yusei Kikuchi. Fine. That's the pass I have. Tomorrow, you need to find a way. It's an afternoon game, though, Jays fans, for the finale of the 4-gamer. And it's a 1:10 first pitch at the Trop before the Jays head to Minnesota to take on the Twins, who are the exact same record as the Blue Jays. They must be struggling too. 4-6 in their last 10. They have not been looking great either. So someone's got to figure it out. You go to Mini after this that game tomorrow afternoon. All right. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not this game today, I'm sorry if the commentary wasn't as in-depth as it usually is. I had my own baseball game to play today, so it was a little choppy. I was able to do the best that I can, as always, for you guys. But hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit that subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you guys not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays, and of course, tomorrow afternoon, Jays, Rays, the finale of the 4-game set at the Trop. Thank God we're leaving that place. Alek Manoah, Zach Eflin is a pitching matchup there at 1:10 as the Jays look to find a way to get a split. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not this game today. We'll talk to you guys then.